Alright, well, the Cedar Fair Six Flags merger downfall continues, but maybe not so bad on this part. However, it is a question mark and maybe a little bit of a red flag, unsure for sure. But the rumor recently that has been going around for some time has now been revealed. So, for some time, there was a rumor popping up that this company that I don't think anyone's ever heard of, called Enchanted Parks, was popping up. And we didn't know. We never really had an idea of what exactly it was. And Six Flags was saying that soon they're going to sell off more parks. And sure enough, recently they just announced that 7 of the Six Flags Cedar Fair amusement parks will be sold off. They will be sold off to this company called Enchanted Parks. What's Enchanted Parks? Honestly, I don't know. I've actually never heard of them. I don't think a lot of people have ever heard of them due to the fact that maybe it's not so well known. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think they own a lot of state parks, but I've really never heard of Enchanted Parks. So, due to the debt from this sign off and this merger, which comes to what I believe is, I think somewhat, the numbers are about $5 billion since this merger happened. The 7 parks include Six Flags La Ronde, Six Flags St. Louis, Valley Fair, Worlds of Fun, Schlitterbahn, Great Escape in Darien Lake, and I believe the other one is said Valley Fair. But 7 of these are going to be sold off, and Michigan's Adventure, yes. So let me briefly say my thoughts on this list and what may possibly happen for the future of this selling. Now, some of this list does not surprise me. Some of this list I think honestly should have been sold off for some time. Naming Michigan's Adventure and La Ronde. I know those two. I think for some time, Michigan's Adventure, Cedar Fair hadn't done anything with Michigan's Adventure for years. I mean, it was all the same rides. Nothing ever changed with that park, ever. It was always same rides. Nothing that I know ever really changed. Six Flags La Ronde in Montreal. You don't hear of that one. You don't hear of that one a lot. It seems like a very, I want to say, lost park. Six Flags St. Louis. I'd never been to St. Louis. I've never been to Six Flags St. Louis. Now, I have been to St. Louis, but we drove through St. Louis and we saw Six Flags. We drove by it. And from what I know, if I'm wrong, it's not a big park. I don't think St. Louis really had a lot of change either. Valley Fair, I didn't see a lot of change in Valley Fair. Now, one of these I got to go to was Worlds of Fun in Kansas City. I am surprised by that because that's at least one of the ones that I would have thought would have been kept by the Cedar Fair chain. It seemed they were doing a good job with that. Sprucing some things up, adding attractions recently, but I didn't think that would be sold off to Enchanted Parks. Great Escape in New York. My thoughts really, I thought that one was doing pretty well too, but I don't know how valuable that one's been of late. And of course, Schlitterbahn. Schlitterbahn, for the longest time, was one of the best known water parks in America. I don't know if it's gone downhill or they haven't done anything with it in the recent years. And that's the biggest thing with this list, is this is a list where financially, are they making anything? That's the thing. That is why they're selling off. Is it helping? So, what's next? First of all, this Enchanted Parks. I honestly have never heard of them. Are they a smaller outfit? I'll have to look into it. Do I know what they're going to do? No, I don't think anyone really knows what their plans are for this. I don't think they're going to sell off. I don't think they're closing down the parks. I would hope not. If they are a smaller outfit of chains for parks that have the money and the focus, I will say focus, maybe they're not as big and they can focus on reviving these amusement parks that somewhat have been neglected through the Six Flags Cedar Fair company. And if that's true, I very much hope so. Some of these amusement parks need attention. Michigan's Adventure desperately needs it. I know Valley Fair. Valley Fair, as I said, a lot of these parks, I don't think have had a lot of attention given to them in the recent years. And it's costing them too much. They're in debt. This merger has put this company in debt. I don't know why. Why ever Cedar Fair thought the great idea of buying Six Flags. It's honestly been a disaster. It has been nothing but a disaster since this whole thing happened. I honestly think Zimmerman, I believe, who was the former CEO, if he had not been in office at the time, I honestly think now, and I'll say this, I will note this right now, I think if Zimmerman were not in the position right now, or when this merger happened, then Six Flags American Maryland would still be standing. I think Zimmerman was probably the main man. I honestly think so. If that said, hey, we just need to close Six Flags America. And this Enchanted Parks place, I could have seen Enchanted Parks if, with this merger, Enchanted Parks came and said, let's sell off Six Flags America to us so we can fix it. I'm glad I got the chance to go to Six Flags America. Honestly, it was run down. It had its faults, but it had potential. It had potential to be something and have life to it. And that's the thing. People have the potential and the ability to bring these amusement parks up to life, up to code, brand new. You don't see something old and just throw it away. Fix it. If you have the ability to fix it, you can fix it. And it goes for amusement parks too. So now what? Well, 2026 for these parks, I do think will be under Six Flags for right now. But I think starting next year, Enchanted Parks starts to take over and hopefully spruce these little amusement parks up. Hopefully bringing new life to these locations that have needed attention and TLC for some time. I will be honestly, mainly for me, Michigan's Adventure. I've never been there, but I'm really hoping that Michigan's Adventure alone gets something, because I think they've just been standing in time still as they are for the longest time. I don't think they've ever gotten anything new since I don't know what year. So, fret not, roller coaster lovers. These local parks that are being sold to Enchanted Parks may be a good thing. You may be getting something that you have needed at your local parks for some very long time. So, don't distress about this. If it's a smaller outfit and they know and they're going to take care of things, update, and brand new rides, who knows? You may finally be getting some new things that you've needed for a very, very long time. And with that, briefly, your names will change. It's not going to be under Six Flags anymore, so it's going to be different. The names are going to change, so look out for that as well. If you see the Six Flags logo being taken off, your names are going to change here very soon. But it's all, I believe, in this situation for this in the best of interest for these parks. So to you locals of these amusement parks, just look out. Look out for your changes and look out for a better future for your local amusement parks.